So Brock Lesnar is back. No warning, no hype, no mercy. Just chaos, just Lesnar. The crowd is still reeling from what just happened. John Cena, after a brutal match, has just lost. He's barely on his feet. And then, boom, Lesnar's music hits. The arena erupts. It's like time freezes. Cena turns toward the stage, confused, beaten, heartbroken. And here comes the Beast. Brock Lesnar storms down the ramp like a man possessed. No smile, no hesitation. Just one target, Cena. Before anyone can process it, F5, right in the middle of the ring. No words, no respect, no goodbye. Just a brutal, cold, final statement. And then Lesnar stares into the camera, ice in his eyes, blood on his legacy. He doesn't need a mic, sending only one message. I'm not done yet. And with that, the seeds are planted. Not for revenge, not for a title, but for something deeper. A story that never truly ended. John Cena versus Brock Lesnar, one last time. The one rivalry that's never truly ended. In a business built on stories and spectacle, rivalries are the threads that bind decades together. Hogan versus Savage, Austin versus Rock, Taker versus Kane. But in the modern era, one feud stands out not for how often it happened, but for how deeply it impacted the soul of WWE. John Cena versus Brock Lesnar isn't just a rivalry. It's a tale of two worlds colliding. One man built on discipline, loyalty, and resilience. The other born to dominate, a force of nature that could end matches in a blink. And while they've battled before, their story never had a proper ending. A conclusive, emotionally charged finale that WWE fans could hold on to. With the clock ticking, 2025 might be the only chance left to give them, and us, that closure. Cena, the unshakable heart of WWE. When you think of loyalty, of dedication, of showing up night after night no matter the crowd reaction, you think of John Cena. He didn't just represent the brand, he became the brand. For over 15 years, Cena carried WWE through transitional periods. When stars left, when viewership dipped, and when new eras began, Cena stayed. He was a constant in a world of chaos. He never turned heel, despite the pressure. He stuck with the never give up mantra, even when fans turned on him. And through it all, he became one of the most decorated champions in WWE history. Outside the ring, he granted over 650 Make-A-Wish dreams, became a global icon, showed the world that WWE superstars could be more than entertainers, they could be heroes. And while Cena's WWE appearances have become rare, every time that music hits and the crowd screams, "Your time is up, my time is now," it feels like home. But even home needs one last moment of triumph. No superstar has ever felt more real than Brock Lesnar. From the moment he debuted in 2002, fans knew, this guy is different. Not just because of his size or speed, but because of how believable he was. Lesnar didn't need to yell. He didn't cut 20-minute promos. He let his fists do the talking, and they screamed brutality. After leaving WWE in 2004, Lesnar made the unthinkable leap to the UFC. Not only did he compete, he conquered. He won the UFC Heavyweight Championship in just his fourth fight, silencing every critic. When he returned to WWE in 2012, he was no longer a prospect, he was a conqueror. He broke The Undertaker's streak. He demolished John Cena at SummerSlam 2014. He became WWE's ultimate boss-level threat. And despite his limited appearances, his aura remained untouchable. Lesnar doesn't need the spotlight, but when he steps into it, everything else fades away. Now in 2025, Brock returned again at SummerSlam. No words, no warnings, just chaos. It was a reminder. The Beast still breathes. And maybe, just maybe, he's looking for one final victim. Some rivalries are born from jealousy. Some are built around titles. But Cena versus Lesnar, it was always about proving something. In 2003 at Backlash, a young and brash John Cena got his first WWE title shot against the reigning champion Brock Lesnar. Cena lost, but the seeds were planted. The fire had been lit. Fast forward to 2012, Lesnar returns to WWE after years away. His first target, the face of the company, John Cena. Their Extreme Rules match was violent, unhinged, and unforgettable. Cena bled early, battered and bruised. Lesnar tossed him like a toy. But somehow, Cena survived. And won. But Lesnar wasn't done. In 2014 at SummerSlam, Lesnar got his revenge. He suplexed Cena 16 times, dominated him, humiliated him. It wasn't just a win, it was a dismantling. A statement that the Beast had taken over. Then came Royal Rumble 2015, a triple threat that saw Cena, Lesnar, and Rollins battle in one of the most chaotic matches in modern WWE. Cena gave everything he had. Lesnar still walked out champion. Through every chapter, the story evolved. Cena, the unbreakable hero. Lesnar, the unstoppable beast. No matter how many times Cena fell, he stood back up. No matter how dominant Lesnar was, Cena always returned for more. This wasn't just wrestling. This was warfare. 2025 marks the turning of a page in WWE history. A new generation is rising. Cody Rhodes, Gunther, Braun Breaker, Rhea Ripley. But before we fully step into the future, we need to close one final door from the past. Cena vs. Lesnar was never meant to fizzle out. It was meant to end with fireworks, with legacy on the line, in a match that could define a generation. Fans have watched both men grow, evolve, and represent opposite ideologies. Cena, the never-say-die fighter. Lesnar, the cold, merciless destroyer. They're both legends. They both changed WWE in their own ways, but they never had the ending they deserved. And WWE thrives on closure. Survivor Series 2025, the final chapter. Imagine it. The arena lights dim. The crowd rises to its feet in anticipation. You can feel the electricity in the air, the weight of history. It's Survivor Series 2025. Not just another premium live event, not just another match, but the moment, the one we've been waiting for. John Cena versus Brock Lesnar. One last time. No championships, no steel cages, no disqualifications. This isn't about titles or stipulations anymore. This is about legacy. Two men who defined 2 decades of WWE. 2 names that shaped modern wrestling. Now standing face to face for the final time. There's no need for over-the-top promos. No need for trash talk. Because the moment these two step through the curtain, the story tells itself. This is what wrestling fans live for. The culmination of a rivalry that started over 20 years ago. A clash between 2 titans, not to prove who's better, but to write the ending their way. And the world will be watching. When the bell rings, time freezes. You hear it. The crowd's war cry. Let's go, Cena. Suplex City. It's split down the middle. And that's how it should be. 2 forces. Equal, opposite, unstoppable. Lesnar charged with that signature scowl. Cena stands tall, eyes locked, fearless as ever. Then comes the first lockup. The arena explodes. Every German suplex from Lesnar lands with thunder. Every attitude adjustment from Cena comes from deep within. And every time they rise to their feet, bruised, sweating, aching, we're reminded, this isn't just a wrestling match. This is the end of a story that shaped an era. You'll see Lesnar hit a massive F5, and Cena kick out at 2. You'll see Cena hit a second rope A and Brock power through. Because this time, they're not fighting for titles. They're fighting for respect. For the fans. For the locker room. For the legacy that will outlive both of them. When it's all said and done, the finish won't matter as much as the feeling. Whether it ends with Cena's hand raised one final time, or with Lesnar standing tall, a warrior to the very end. What we'll remember is what it meant. This won't be a passing of the torch. Because these men aren't just passing anything. They are the torch. And this is their final flame. We'll remember Cena slowly standing, looking around at the crowd with tears in his eyes. We'll remember Lesnar, breathing heavily, offering a nod, not of defeat but of respect. And if they shake hands, if they embrace, that moment alone will be etched into WWE history. Because it won't be scripted. It'll be real. A thank you to 2 titans. This match wouldn't just be a send-off. It would be a thank you. A thank you to John Cena, for the heart, the hustle, the loyalty, for always being there, for never giving up. And a thank you to Brock Lesnar, for the dominance and the authenticity and the raw intensity that redefined what a WWE superstar could be. Cena showed us how to rise. Lesnar showed us what it meant to conquer. Together they showed us why we love wrestling. Let it happen, WWE, for all of us. So here's the final plea. Make it happen. Let Cena and Lesnar go out the way they came in the ring. No interviews, no backstage segments, no video packages announcing retirement. Let them write their final chapter in front of the fans. Let them show the world, one last time, why they became icons. Not just for ratings, not just for nostalgia, but for history. Because some matches defined careers. This one, it would define an era.